Hi everyone, and welcome to Table Talks with Pastor Laura. I hope that your week has been going really well. We're going to begin today with the Gospel of John, chapter 1, verses 1 through 5. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things came into being through him, and without him not one thing came into being. What has come into being in him was life, and the life was the light of all people. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness cannot overcome it. Today we begin looking at the Apostles' Creed together as we talked about last week. And so I want to share with you the first line of the Creed. I believe in God the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth. As I look at this first line of the Apostles' Creed and the scripture from John 1, part of me wonders if I've bitten off more than I can chew. There are so many directions that we can go with the Apostles' Creed, and there's so much that we could say even about this single first statement of the Creed. But as I take a deep breath and I remember that we want to keep matters simple and practical, I want to answer why this line matters to me and also why this line matters to you as we live our daily lives. And when I consider that question, the first thing that comes to my mind is that I believe there is something that is bigger than you and me and even bigger than the universe. There's something bigger, and it's not the kind of bigger that makes me feel small and insignificant and powerless. There's something bigger, and it's something that makes me feel grand and worthwhile and empowered. There's something bigger that reminds me that I am never alone, even in the loneliest moments of life. There's something bigger, so when I make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. There's something bigger, so when I celebrate victory and success, those victories are sweeter. There's something bigger to lead me and guide me and direct me, so I don't have to have it, whatever it is, all figured out all of the time. There's something bigger than me, and it's a light for me and for all people. A light that is sustainable and a light that cannot be overcome by any kind of darkness. Now that all sounds really amazing, right? For ourselves and for so many in our world right now, it is easier than ever to feel alone. With social distancing, quarantines, political divides and unrest, bullying that extends beyond the playground and into everyday life, and a sense of hyperconnection through social media that also feels like a loss of connection, all of these things make us feel like we are alone. And feeling alone magnifies many other hard feelings. When we are alone, our mistakes seem larger than life and they seem way more detrimental. When we're alone, we're aware of that voice inside of us that claims there is nothing in us that is good enough or redeemable. When we're alone, there's no one to share joys or victories with to make them seem even greater. When we're alone, we have the immense pressure and stress of taking care of everything and figuring out all of the hard stuff. And all of that is a really tough place to be. However, the beginning of our statement of belief reminds us that even in the loneliest moments, we are indeed not alone. When we say, I believe in God, the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth, we are making a truth claim that we are not alone. This is a great reminder for us in our daily living. When we feel lost, overwhelmed, insignificant, alone, or afraid, or when we wish there was someone nearby to share in our small victories with us, we can remember that we are not alone. We can take a deep breath and tell ourselves, I believe in something that is bigger than me. I believe in the creator of the universe. I believe in someone and something who is greater. And in remembering, we will feel empowered and strengthened and feel a greater sense of joy in those victories. In remembering, we'll likely find ourselves praying and talking to God about the things that cause us fear or make us to feel overwhelmed by stress or feel really alone. In remembering, we will remember to dance with God and share the good things. This past Sunday, Pastor Dave reminded us in his sermon about words from the book of James that tell us when we wrestle with our insecurities, we can draw close to God and God will draw close to us. In the many challenges, opportunities, and joys that we experience this week, we can remember that we are not alone, that we believe in God the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth. And as we draw close to him while remembering this truth claim of our faith, God will indeed draw close to us. See you around the table.